Hey there! Today I'll be reviewing the new Tower Hobbies Mustang Mark II in the Miss America paint scheme. Tower just came out with 4 different schemes of this P-51: the Miss America, Racer Red, Silver, and Berlin Express. They are made out of aerosol foam with a 40-inch wingspan. It is a plug-and-play model, so all you need to complete this kit is your radio, receiver, and a 3S 1800 to 2200 mAh LiPo battery. Price is $120 on their website. The real P-51D Miss America was a surplus aircraft sold in 1958 to become a racing plane. In 1969, the paint scheme was changed to the now famous red, white, and blue Miss America, and she still flies with it today. I remember seeing this plane race on TV when I was a kid and thought it was a cool, patriotic warbird, so I'm excited to get my hands on one to test my racing skills. I'm not a huge fan of unboxing videos, so let's cut to the chase and see what's inside. Right off the bat, there are only 4 items inside this box, no kidding. The wing and the fuselage are held in place by styrofoam supports, and a small box with accessory is glued to the bottom. The elevator is taped inside the side of the box, and that's it. It doesn't get any simpler than that. And if I were to guess, I'd say this plane would probably take half an hour to build. The only minor damage I noticed on the entire kit was a small scrape on the fuselage, but a little dab of touch-up paint and it'll look brand new. I was impressed with the quality of the paint job and all the stars that were placed on this wing and fuselage. One tip I'd like to recommend is to purchase some clear nail polish and add a small drop on the ends of each star. Now, that may take some time, but I noticed one of my stars was already coming up, and previous experience with stick-on stars suggests that they'll peel off within a few flights, so pick up some polish and add a little drop to each tip. Another nice feature I noticed is the canopy. It's held on with 3 magnets and a notch in the front. It provides more than ample access space to the servos, cables, receiver, and the battery. The magnets hold the canopy down very well, and the seams are really hard to see once it's closed, so that's a really nice job. The motor and the cowl are already assembled, and I've heard great stories about this motor, so I'm looking forward to opening it up full throttle to see what she's got. Besides the fuselage, wing, and elevator, the shipping box includes the manual and the accessories to complete this assembly very quickly. Inside the box, you can see there aren't a lot of pieces. The plane comes with control horns, push rods, and a servo cable if you want to add flaps. And even though it's a nice feature, made even easier since Tower is including these pieces at no charge, I am choosing not to build mine with flaps. But that said, I did opt to purchase the electric retracks for only $30. And because I'm looking for speed, I didn't want those darn wheels to be dragging in the slipstream. I learned this many years ago, and it has saved me from losing several wing bolts. This is a photo showing the bolt going through the fuselage to attach to the wing. Grab yourself a small O-ring that will fit tightly on the bolt and push it up to the threads. There you go. The O-ring will keep the bolt in the fuselage and it will compress when the wing is tightened down. You shouldn't lose that bolt. As I said, this looks like a pretty simple build, so let's get back in the workshop and put it together. First thing they want you to do is to remove the hatch from the plane. Okay, and now we're going to work on the tail. Now on the tail surface here, there are 2 notches on the bottom, and it's keyed for the actual elevator. If you look right here, sorry, you got 2 little notches. Also pay attention to where the control horn is, because you've got to make sure you slide it in from the right side. So what you want to do is set up the tail and guide it into those notches. Okay? Just carefully, gently, don't push too hard. Wiggle it so it lines up. Okay? Also, you can look through the holes. You'll see the 2 holes right here. They're different sizes. Okay, make sure you can line up, and then make sure that the elevator has free movement between the rudder. And right now it looks like it does. Okay. Okay, now it's time to install the horizontal stabilizer into your fuselage. They do this by using these holes that go through the fuselage into the horizontal stab. These foam plugs are used to put the 2 together. Now, be aware that these foam plugs have an angle to them, so look at the instructions, and then when you're sure you have the right angle, go ahead and slide them onto the fuselage. Carefully push them through the holes into the horizontal stabilizer, and when you're done, you're going to have a very tight fit. I didn't notice any play at all, so you do not need to add any glue to this. It's good enough. And then don't forget to install your elevator push rod into the control horn in your elevator. The instructions tell you to put your receiver right behind the hole where the cables come in from the wing. But before I put down Velcro, I like to clean off the foam. Sometimes during manufacturing they put a little bit of oily film on it when they're as a releasing agent. So I'm just going to rub the area where I'm putting down my Velcro with some isopropyl alcohol. Dry it off. And give it a few seconds, and then we'll add our Velcro. After installing your receiver, it's time to center the elevator and rudder servos. Program and trim your radio so that the servos are at 0 trim. Check the tail surfaces to make sure they are centered correctly. If changes are necessary, use the Easy Link screws on the servo arms to adjust the length and then tighten the screw. I added heavy-duty Velcro in my P-51 to hold an Electrofly 3S 2200 mAh LiPo. It fits well and is easy to install and remove. Great Plains star adapters are installed on the ESC and battery for a perfect fit. This connector will also work with LiPo batteries equipped with a Dean's Ultra connector. The kit includes Velcro straps to tidy up your servo wiring, but I'm opting to use mini zip ties for my elevator and rudder servos. Now it's time to install the wing and check the aileron servos. I know we like time-lapse, so here's one quick video of me setting up the ailerons. I only had to make one minor adjustment to the left wing, and she was good to go. Now a quick time-lapse of the electric Retrack installation. You first start by removing the original supports for the stock gear, and then feed the servo lines through the holes that are already in the wing to install the wheels. And after you do both sides, working Retracks. Nice and smooth, and they fit perfectly. The included 10-7 prop that came with my kit was really unbalanced, so I had to fix it using my prop balancer. I highly recommend you check your prop before installing it on your aircraft. Use the included prop adapter and spinner to finish off the nose. Another problem I ran into was trying to install the tail wheel. The brass collar material seems to be very soft. As soon as I started tightening it, the metal started falling off, so if you are installing your tail wheel, be very careful and don't over tighten. Here I used a sheet metal screw to finish the job and it works fine. After that, all I had to do was check the CG. I needed a 1/4 ounce lead in the tail, and that was it. And here she is in all her beauty. I really think this could only take 20 to 30 minutes if you were not recording and doing all that, so it's a pretty simple plane to put together. I think it's time we take this aircraft out to the field and let her tear up the skies. Hey guys, I'm back from my maiden flight with the new Tower Hobbies P-51D Mustang Mark II, and as you can see, she's still in one piece, so we had successful flights today. Flies great, mainly flew at about 3/4 throttle, only needed a few clicks of trim, nice turns, nice rolls, good loops, and a lot of guys at the field really liked how it looked in the sky. The only downside I had to report is that I could not get it to take off on our grass runway. It just continually nosed over, and we tried various settings, even with full throttle, even with full up elevator, which, as you can see, this elevator is really tiny. It's very effective in the air, but it's totally ineffective on the ground. We couldn't get it to work, so both of our flights today were hand tossed. I hand tossed the second flight, and it wasn't that hard, about half throttle, nice little toss up in the angle, and she flew great. The first flight we tried landing on the gear, but she nosed over immediately. And the second flight I landed in the grass and didn't experience any damage. I put a little bit of gaff tape on the bottom to help protect the air scoop there, but time will tell if landing on the grass with this foam will cause any damage. Right now I see nothing, so it tells me that I think we'll be in good shape. I really like this aircraft, and I hope you get a chance to go to Tower Hobbies and pick yourself up one. And of course, you've got 4 different flavors to choose from: the Miss America, the Racer Red, the Silver, and the Berlin Express. So I'm Lee Ray with Raviation. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.